Going into the 95 millimeter link, 95 millimeters being between centers. Looking at the 7 millimeter, the manufacturing, the advantages and disadvantages of metric is that we'll be able to take a little bit of material. So as I'm going through this process, I'm thinking, how would I make this, or how potentially can this be made efficiently, most efficiently. So if we started off with 3/8 material, which is closer to 10 millimeters, that would give us material to hold on to. The tool could run around. We could have a set of jaws that match this profile to hold on to the shape when we flip it over and then machine off the backside. So 7 millimeters equates to about 276, and material for a steel bar will come out about 375, pretty close. If we go through our optimization and decide to make this out of aluminum or some other material, then that material changes. Also, the flexing and the ability to put the compression on this changes a little bit. So now's the time to be thinking about some of these items and making contingencies as we go. So the 10 millimeter limit dimension, radius of 8 on both ends, pretty much the standard dog bone, couple of slots. Fly this out of the way, and we're ready to start on our part millimeter. Okay, so front plane, sketch. I don't use the, let's see, is that going to be under the S key? I don't use the midpoint line very much, so we will put that in place, and I will come over and make it for construction. Let's see, we have sketch entities here. Since I'm here, I will go right into the circle. And we'll select out of those and set to equal. And we said those are 10 millimeters, so maximum material condition. And between the two, or the length of the center line, is 95. Okay, so if we go back to the circle, and we had a radius of, I believe, 8. So I'll drop in the circles, select Control Select, equal, and put in our dimension of 16. And again, let's see, that doesn't, there we go. I was beginning to wonder, display as radius, display as linear. I haven't looked because I have that habit of coming back over to the leaders knowing that I can find it there. But every once in a while you're going to want to stop and look down through that list and say, wow, there really should be one there. So happens that it was. So that's snap to tangency, which is kind of what I wanted it to do over on the other one, but since I can't really use the tangency there, I'm going to just go ahead and escape. And we'll go back into the line. And this time I'll just use the click. And we'll mirror that over. So do I have editing tools? No, these are all going to be, oops, if I go back into the sketch and mirror the entities. All right, so our thickness there becomes, actually, another one of those don't see one, so could assume that it's 10. That it matches the hole width. And I think at this point the slots laying on top of the center line always throw a little confusion into the mix. So let's go ahead and extrude. And we have the thickness of 7 millimeters. Our contours are going to be, and I got the inside, so make sure that I'm picking those correctly. And maybe this one I'll put on the mid-plane just to do something different. Alright, so we open up a sketch. We'll go into our linear slot. Since it picked, I'm just going to change slot types back to straight slot. And place. And place. And again, I want these to be equal. And that's an equal slot catches all of the geometry. Oops, need to be in sketch, and that's a little hard to see. Oh, I was going to go to, was thinking shaded, but I'm actually got the part in the background. So we're going to make, nope, I don't really want an intersection. Okay, so there's my coincident. It wasn't going to let me do all three. So I could possibly do coincidence or collinear. And then we have 2.5 millimeters on the radius, 26 millimeters on the length. And just double checking that that is the center distance and not an overall. And we have 40, and from the center back 40. All right, and then features, extrude cut through all or up to next. And then the last will be our geometry. Okay, can't tell if that, there it goes. And we have a radius of 10 millimeters. We'll rotate that over a little bit. When I pick the next one, I should be able to have it select the other two. Alright, so if we go with the properties, we are staying with the CH9-15C. Material now was added to the group, and yes, I want to save. Finish stays raw for now, and today's date, and apply, and save. And this is the Link 95.